They're laying into the trees with chainsaws and chippers in Sydney's old inner suburbs. Whole avenues of mature trees are due for the chop as kilometres of pleasant streets are widened into highways to take the runoff from what's probably the world's biggest deliberate traffic expansion program. The aim is to pump toll-paying traffic from a sprawling interchange at this vast site at St Peter's overlooking Sydney Park into Enmore, Stanmore, Newtown, Alexandria, Redfern, Surrey Hills, Randwick and Kensington. If you thought, well, WestConnex is a road in a tunnel, it'll just pop into the ground somewhere and pop out somewhere else, so they're just sort of disappearing the traffic, right? Think again. WestConnex is going to make a street near you wider, noisier, more polluted, more gridlocked. Let's take a look at how the St Peter's interchange will impact the streets around it. Sydney Park is set to lose a strip, outlined in red here, right along Euston Road, and Roads and Maritime have recently grabbed a few more parcels of land, outlined in yellow. Now let's take a drive along Euston Road and see what Sydney is about to lose to the WestConnex toll road project. If the Berejiklian government gets away with it, this pleasant avenue, shaded by mature paperbarks, eucalypts and mighty figs, is going to become a 6-lane highway, 7 lanes in places. A highway that will look like this. See the Euston Business Park behind the trees on the left? The road will go right back to the front of those buildings, leaving only a footpath. And those old factories on the left are going too, followed by this swathe of Sydney Park. And then hundreds of trees, a whole urban forest, are slated for destruction in the quiet, shady northeast corner of the park before the roundabout at Sydney Park Road. If Berejiklian gets her way, there will be an extra 60,000 vehicle movements a day along Euston Road, and more than 800 trees will be chipped just in Sydney Park and along Euston, Campbell and Sydney Park roads. From the roundabout at Sydney Park Road, the widening to 6-lane highway will continue along Euston Road and then McAvoy Street. The green roundabout will be replaced with a huge signalised intersection. See that leafy setback in front of the flats on the left? That's road reservation. All those trees and that lawn will disappear under an extra 2 lanes of traffic. And the road engineers will have those big figs on the right chopped down too. They don't like those shady overhanging branches or root systems under the road, and trees are a bit of a nuisance during construction. The businesses on the left will go, and the new trees and grassy setback in front of the flats. And this pleasant setback will disappear too. It's an old road reservation, together with this row of well-established street trees. After Fountain Street, the road reservation flips over to the other side of McAvoy. All that off-street car parking will go, and those businesses on the right, and those trees. As a 6-lane highway, McAvoy Street will look like this. There's a world of difference between a 4-lane road, particularly if 2 lanes are used for parking, and a 6-lane road. The whole ambience is harsher, noisier, more threatening. At 6 lanes, a road becomes a daunting barrier to pedestrians. It takes longer to cross at pedestrian crossings, so the road engineers make sure there are fewer of them. At 6 lanes, a road becomes just a traffic sewer. Retail strips decay and street life vanishes. At Wyndham Street, the road reservation switches back to the left, so that setback and those businesses will go. As McAvoy crosses Botany Road and heads into Waterloo, the tree carnage steps up. All those trees on the left, in front of the old Housing Commission flats, are due for the Berejiklian chainsaw. And then the widening will chop into Waterloo Park and take out these mighty old figs on the left, the trees that give this section of McAvoy its shaded charm. After Elizabeth Street, the widening will take out these terraces on the left, and this pocket park. And these businesses, before the new 6-lane highway standard road, with its load of new induced traffic, flows onwards towards Randwick and Kensington. Let's now go back to St Peter's and look at what WestConnex threatens for Enmore, Newtown and Stanmore. We're driving east here along Campbell Street from Unwin's Bridge Road towards Princes Highway. Like Campbell Road, it's being widened to at least 4 lanes. The trees on the left get the chop, and much of Simpson Park goes under concrete. Most of the homes on the right, compulsorily resumed at way below their market value, have already gone. Westbound traffic from the St Peter's interchange will flow into Campbell Road and then Campbell Street, then over the rail line into Edgeware Road, Enmore, where a 24-hour clearway will certainly be imposed. And Stanmore Road will go the same way. Another stream of WestConnex traffic will flow up King Street into Newtown. King Street already has peak period clearways, but again 24-hour clearways will be imposed. The resulting noisy, polluted, threatening ambience will kill the strip's vibrant restaurant, cafe and retail life. If you thought, well, that's terrible, but at least I'll be able to drive places quicker, think again. Global experience shows that after new motorways come online, average speed across the whole road network actually declines. You don't have to search hard for the reason. New motorways generate new traffic, which is what the toll road companies actually want and which our government is determined to deliver for them. But all that traffic has to flow somewhere. That's why they're bulldozing houses and parks and turning 4-lane avenues into 6-lane highways. That's why they'll introduce 24-hour clearways and get rid of pedestrian crossings. Trouble is, they can never do that to all the streets and roads in a vast, historically evolved city. So congestion cut out along one artery inevitably metastasises. We know what will happen next. In a vain attempt to eliminate the new delays along feeder roads, the road engineers will introduce more clearways, more no right turns and no left turns. They'll close side roads and make more roads one way. Motorists will have to drive further and further to get to places that were once easy to access. For kilometres around wherever WestConnex comes to the surface and disgorges its load of new induced traffic, the reality will be Carmageddon. It all adds up to less parkland, more noise and air pollution, and more traffic on wider, uglier, more threatening streets. And nobody will be getting anywhere faster. It's no wonder opposition to WestConnex has steadily escalated. From the genial protestivals and marches that followed the project's announcement, to a rolling fight back through non-violent direct action.
You are deliberately interfering with the free flow of vehicles entering and leaving this facility. I'm directing you now at 8:05 a.m.